Welcome to the amber light that is the Bonzoleum lighting for the minute or two. It's a Tiffany bulb I bought, but which comes out amber here on my Amber Ludwig Visolites reissue. The Merc, Part 2. You know, I'm such a skull. I saw that it had ended, and I loaded it up, and I was going to try and... It's a long story. The Merc, Part 2. Joe V. We actually used Joe V, to go back, was over at a firm called R.J. O'Brien, which is a bunch of total characters, God love them. And Joe V was one of them, and he had a green coat. See, everybody else that wasn't a trader, that worked for brokers or a firm, had yellow coats. We were known as yellow coats. I remember there was a fella there who, on the first day I started, where you had like orientation to be a runner. What was his name? He was a super nice guy. He was in the S&Ps, and he blew out, I think. And anyway, he sort of trained everybody. And at the time, I think he was like 56, but he looked like he was 70. There was a lot of that down there. Anyway, Joe V. Joe V was kind of a cool guy. He almost was kind of like, he almost in a weird way looked like the butler from Trading Places. I'm not kidding. He kind of looked like that, but he was a little sort of more gruff, God love him. Anyway, he was kind of a, you know, he was a character, God love him, a good guy. He had to get to know. A lot of those folks he had to get to know, and they were wonderful people. Anyway, he had this thing where he'd kind of go around. I think he kind of talked like this. And he used to say little things that were really funny. Almost, who's the guy, the baseball? Yogi Berra-y, where he'd say stuff, and on first inspection, you'd be like, what? And then you'd be like, it's pretty close. Like he was almost like a comic, and a damn good one. But he had this thing around Christmas time. He must have heard part of that dreaded, I hate the Paul McCartney song, Wonderful Christmas Time. What? I just can't stand it. Paul McCartney's the man. I love him. But anyway, so Joe must have heard it in the elevator coming down one day at Christmas. I remember for like the next month and a half, he just walked around. Almost everything out of his mouth would be kind of under his breath. He'd go, it's a wonderful Christmas time. Like he'd just say that. Made a lot of friends down. That was really cool. But it was the best of times, the worst of times. Again, so the yellow coats, yellow coats were genuinely or generally pushed around. Well, genuinely and generally pushed around. Ooh, I cannot take this call right now. It might be George. George might call in a minute, though, because I put a call in him. It's a long story. But, so then the Merc. So I told the story, about the, and of course there'd be girls that had come through. I remember there were a couple girls that worked for us that were real cute, and so it was crazy. And, I remember stealing White Castle cheeseburgers from this fella, God love him, he used to order sometimes like bags and bags of cheeseburger sliders from White Castle. I remember one time I ran over to a Cargill desk, and it was like, and wafting up from under the desk were like probably like 100 of these cheeseburgers easily. And I remember I was like, who was the guy? Josie. Was it Josie? She was working. I got down, and I started wolfing down. Nobody could see me from the floor, and I probably had like 4 or 5 of these cheeseburgers. And I remember going back to the pit and sort of feeling like, you know what I mean? And of course I reeked of onions, and I was pissed, but I got away with it. Bob never found out that I swiped those. Well, he probably did, actually. I might have come clean with him. But anyway, so the Merc, it was just a crazy time on an exchange floor. It truly is a culture, and almost like a microorganism unto itself you could analyze. Like it was unique. It would have been, again, the best TV show or make a movie about it if you could give the layman sort of a primer on, like if everybody spent like a week or two down there, then it'd be the best show on TV or Netflix. So I'm going to play the drums a little. Anything else I forgot? All right, well, let's do this. So I've been working again on my Zep I'm not doing the May 5th, 2018 Cashmere show in East Dundee. I'm not doing that. It's a long story, but I am doing the May 19th in, not Woodridge. I'll put the thing down there. At a place called 210 Live, kind of out west Chicago suburbs. May 19th, which is actually the day of the drum show. Maybe some folks, if you come in for the Chicago drum show, you could head on out to 210 and watch me run the gauntlet. I'm telling you, doing these Zeppelin shows for me is like running the gauntlet. I feel like at any time I might, like halfway through the marathon, just fall. My legs like, and the yellow white bone juts through my sock like, meaning that I might be halfway through a song and really be out of gas or forget the arrangement. So it's risky. I consider it. I'm pretty proud of myself for doing. All right, so here we go. Be prepared for a volume spike. Hang on. second. I gotta make the Merc song. The Mercs. No, the days of the Merc. They were absolutely crazy. Oh, yes, they were. Bottom, bottom, bottom. Bottom at the Merc. Let's just play something. It doesn't seem it's got to be like. Well, whenever I do that. I just want to do that. The underrated song, or at least what band or song of the decade, is Slow Ride. Foghat? Whoever's playing the frickin' drums on that, man, if that's the Foghat's drummer, that I want to say that recording, I probably should make a separate video on it. Listen to Foghat's Slow Ride. Listen to the drumming on that. That's some tasty stuff, but where was I going? Oh, yeah. So when I'm going like this, I want to go at least one of these. Hang on. One of those. No. Yeah, it was right there, but not. That was close. You know what it is? I gotta reposition my. No, that won't do it. Yeah, let me move over a little. If I get my foot skewed sort of toward the 1030. Oh, it's going away. You gotta slow it down. I hate to do this because I'm ADD like you, but. So cool. Hang on. Yeah. Foghat. So my rock and roll stamina, see, I can just talk about stuff. I realize this is my channel. I can say whatever the hell I want. So rock and roll coming along. Well, studio, which I can't really do. Here, a lot of those aren't sort of mismatched. If I sit here for about 5 minutes, I can get them better. And you know what the funny thing about the studio rock and roll? There's a lot of triples on the bass drum. Not triplets, but a few of those. But I got to do the live this way. I'm still just to get through the Cashmere show. Thanks for watching. More videos on the way, including more George and me and Peisty Bob together here. Thank you.